Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry.
Hi and welcome if you're new, and if you're not, welcome back. I'm GMerie, a millennial wife and mom of two, and here on my channel I talk about all things digital planning, finance with more of an emphasis on budgeting and me preparing for retirement, as well as home organization and DIY projects. I am here on YouTube documenting my ambitious plans of becoming debt-free and investing in my future so I can hopefully live my best freaking life in retirement. And in the meanwhile, I hope to inspire as many millennials to do the same as well. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to go through my weekly payday routine that I do every Wednesday when I get paid. And we are going to go budget the second paycheck of June. And I normally get paid on Fridays, but the bank that I have, they do deposit the money into my account 2 days early, which I'm very thankful for because it works out for me and it allows me to do my budgeting on Wednesday night. So I can just go through, do my budget, pay whatever I'm going to pay online that I need to with that paycheck. And then the Thursday morning, I will get up and go to the ATM and pull out whatever cash that I need to stuff my envelopes with. So far this routine works very well for me. And just for the sake of timing for the video, I did go through and already fill in all the things that I have to pay this pay week. This is a lower check for me because I did miss a couple of patients last week. So if you're new here, I am a part-time worker. I work 24 hours a week, and I also have a per diem job that I do as needed, but my main job is my part-time job. Right now, the 24 hours, I've been working part-time for the last 5 years, ever since my son was born, and I'm gonna be honest, I love it. It works for me. I don't know if I can physically and mentally go back to being committed and obligated to working 40 hours a week for somebody. It's very daunting to me right now. Trust me, I did it in my younger years. I worked 60, 70, 80 hours a week, especially with overtime, and I always had two jobs. Just don't know if I can ever, unless I really have to. Don't get me wrong. If I really have to, and we have to knuckle down and I have to go back to working 40 hours, I will. But at the current moment, I am surviving. We are surviving. We're living fine. We are not struggling, and we're not like frugal living or anything like that off of me working part-time. My husband does. He's self-employed, so he does work for himself. And we both, contribute to the bills and take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. So right now, I work part-time, and I'm not knocking anybody that does work full-time, because I remember my days when I had to, and I had to do what I had to do. I was a single mom. But right now, mentally and physically, I don't know if I can work full-time. So 24 hours a week works perfect for me. And I work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I have a day off in between each day. And then I'm off the weekends unless I'm on call. And unfortunately, I am on call this weekend. But that is what it is. It's supposed to be every 6 weeks, but we're short on nurses, so it seems like it's like every 4 weeks now. I'm doing it at least once a month, which is fine because there's extra pay associated with that. Okay, so enough of me rambling. This is the second paycheck for the month of June, and if you're new to budgeting, I'll just go over how if you are new, what you should do is you want to basically go through, gather all your bills, gather all your expenses, prioritize which ones need to be paid, like what's more important. For instance, like your bills, you'll see here I have numbers next to each category. My priority is my bills. Right now, I'm in the season of paying off debt, and then savings, and then my expenses, and then sinking funds. So if it comes down to it that the first three categories take up my entire paycheck, then I may have to either start moving money around, like reducing numbers somewhere, or I'll just scratch out expenses and sinking funds for that week. It just is what it is. But if it's like, if I have to do grocery shopping, then I'll start moving numbers around. I really include grocery and gas under my bills because I feel like that's something that's a non-negotiable and has to be paid. So when I do my monthly budget, grocery and gas is under bills. Just for my weekly budgeting, I put it under expenses because it is something that's pretty much variable. So yes, you just go through and prioritize which categories you want to pay first, which honestly, you always want to take care of your four walls, food on the table, and gas to get to work. If you have a car, or even if you use public transportation, you always want to make sure that you have money set aside weekly to make sure that you can get to and from work, to make the money to put the food on the table, and to also pay for your four walls. All right, so, and you'll see me from time to time too. Also, what I have here, I have like a little cheat sheet under my desk mat here. It's my bills tracker that is in my finance planner. I just printed it out so I can have a physical copy that I can pull out every time that I'm doing my budgeting. So I'll go through this, and then I also have my annual finance goals attached to this as well. Because every time that I do my budgeting, I do take the time to go over my finance goals just to make sure that that I'm progressing towards what I set out to do at the beginning of the year. So just so I always know where I'm at, where I'm supposed to be going, and if I'm close to getting there. This is paycheck number 2 for June, and my paycheck financial priority for this paycheck is making sure that I do my venture credit card snowball payment, which I have down here. So I'm making sure that gets done. Prior to me focusing on paying debt, I will always believe in paying myself first. So after my bills, it's normally savings. Like I make sure to pay myself first, even if it's $5 or $10 to put away or invest or something. I make sure I take that money to pay myself first. But right now, I have already completed my first step in my emergency savings fund, so I am now focusing on paying off debt. I am still contributing to my emergency fund. I make a deposit in there at least twice a month. I was doing it weekly, but now that I'm focusing on debt, I'm doing it twice a month just to make sure that I'm still building that up. Okay, so now let's get into this. Just for time's sake, like I said, I have already inputted all the numbers and what needs to be paid in here. This was a lower paycheck for me this week because I did not do my normal or my minimum amount of patients I'm supposed to do weekly. So this paycheck is a little lower than it should be. Well, not a little, but it's lower than it should be. But I also have a rollover amount from last week that I am rolling over into this paycheck. So let's do, and that the extra $72 is because I didn't complete my budget last week, so that's why my money was a little weird and just not fully allocated to where the places it was supposed to go. And because I didn't do a zero base last week, so there was money still lingering around. So this is what is coming from last week. So we got 607.33 plus $72 equals 679.33. 679 is what I'm working with for the week. And then savings was $50. Bills was 53.04. That was 281, and expenses was 240, and sinking funds was $55. And my sinking funds that I'm doing, I just added a few more this month. I have my water bill that's due quarterly, my patio makeover, and the B2S is Zion's back to school. So I'm just starting a sinking fund just to start putting away money for when he starts kindergarten in the fall. He'll have all, I have money put aside for like school books and school supplies and school clothes and stuff like that. My 1 month fund, I already knew at the beginning of the year I was going to start in June to start contributing to the Christmas fund. And I'm just going to do the math. 5 equals, I have 29 cents left over. And normally I like to have a little bit left over, a little bit more than this left over. I am a zero-based budgeter, but I do like to have a buffer in my checking account just for those oops moments, or that I forgot, or that subscription that I forgot to budget for comes through, anything. But this week we're just gonna have to rock with the 29 cents. That's what's going to be in there until next week, so I'm going to have to make it work. Okay, so this is my budget for the second paycheck of June. Now I will see if I'll do a video next, probably Tuesday, when I close this out, just to make sure that all the numbers look good, everything adds up, and I stayed within my budget. So you guys wish me the best of luck. You can do it! At the beginning of the video, I said if you stay to the end, I had a surprise for you. So I've been working on a budget by paycheck Google Sheet for all my girlies who are interested in budgeting digitally. So it is a Google Sheet, and I am currently looking for a few people to help me just like test it out to see how it works, to see if it's something that you find functional and works for you, get a little bit of feedback. So if you are interested in helping me test this out, and of course, it's yours after that to do as you please, go ahead and leave me a money bag emoji in the comments, and I will reach out to you to send you the link to the template. So yes, and I'll just give you a brief overview. So it is budget by paycheck. So down here, you'll see that at the bottom, you'll see there is a tab for each Paycheck. If you have a Google's account, you can either use it on your iPad or you can use it. I mostly use it, well, I use it on both my iPad and the desktop. And I have been using it and I find it to be very functional and helpful because it show me where my money is going, where it's being allocated. So you have some graphs and stuff up here to let you know where your money's going, your cash flow, how much you have left to spend, and your expense breakdown and everything. So it's very, and I find it to be very cute. Normally, I'm a very neutral girl with the black and white, but I just wanted to try something out with the different colors, the pink and the purple. Leave the one that I'm sending out. Well, okay. So what it is, at the bottom, you'll see there is a tab for each paycheck, and I have made sure to make sure that there will be 5 for the magic months. Okay, ladies, there you have it, another budget. Next week, we'll come back, close it out, and grade it. And once again, I want to thank you for coming back and watching my video and hanging out with your girl. I truly appreciate it. If you are also on your own personal finance or debt-free journey, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know how it's going for you. I'd love to engage with you and support you on your journey as well. Always do your best to become wiser, stronger, and better every day.